What about now? How am I sounding? I'm good? Good to go? Alright. We back. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming soon. Hold on. Sound good, audio good. Thank you, sir. Get a stool. No, man. If I get a stool, I'm like everybody else out there. I love the bucket. The stool ain't got no backrest. If it had a backrest, I'd get one. So I'm answering questions today about the King. I know you guys are gonna want to know. So I got about a good 30 minutes that I can, because I got some videos coming. I got some videos already done. I'm gonna be putting them out this week, but for the guys that pay attention to me when I go live, this is for you, so you guys can get the insight. I want to see what you guys want to know, to put it in future videos too, so I can answer some questions. So I'm gonna be scrolling, seeing what you guys got to say. This is a 2022 Roadking special. It's gonna be one hell of a bike when it's all said and done, guys. We're really gonna take care of this bike. We're really gonna. Chaos style of performance, brother. I'm telling you now, it's always gonna be performance bagger for me. I just feel like performance baggers are, first of all, ride good. You can still travel on them, and at the same time, they're just comfortable bikes with the performance at the end of the day. So yes, I'm still gonna make this. Oh, you saying Cholo style? So yes, I'm gonna make this a performance Roadking. I'm telling you now, that it's gonna be something to pay attention to. Let's see. Somebody asked. Okay, so this is the I don't know episode. I'm gonna tell you like I've been saying lately. I don't know. Somebody just asked what exhaust I'm gonna put on this bike. I don't know. I really don't know at this time, but it's gonna be one of the ones that that I really see the top performer. So you got your Thunder, you got your D&D, you got your Chrome Works, and you got your Bassani. So I'm kind of looking in that direction. It's gonna be a full long exhaust system. I don't like those shortcut exhausts because now I hear the exhaust. I want it to be out the back. I want the people behind me to hear it. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of the ones I always preach. We might not be doing too much to the motor. We might be doing something to the motor. I don't know yet. Guys, if you haven't seen that performance bagger video I did, go watch that video or watch it again, and you'll be able to tell which way I'm going with this bike. The Adventures of Florida. This will be a step-by-step. It's going to be so step-by-step that before we probably put any performance parts on there, I'll at least have 3 videos. So just try to follow the journey. You know what I mean? I'm more so doing the thought process on what you guys might be looking for. So I'll be taking it baby step, because I feel like on the road glide, I kind of was going fast, and I was doing that because I was trying to make certain events, or I was trying to get certain races to happen. So it kind of flowed a little fast. So this one is going to be a slower build process. Guys, I like these funny colors, right? I like these colors that are hard to match, hard to find. You got to go somewhere specific to get, even if you wanted a wrap fender or something like that. That's kind of why I went with this color. I had a few colors to choose from: black, blue, this color, and I've seen yellow. I thought about all the colors. I thought about, you know, a lot of stuff, but I wanted something a little darker, something that didn't stand out as much as a road glide, and that's hard to say, but you know, because it's the color. But I wanted something a little darker, so that's kind of like why I went with this one as well. What else we got? Star 3030 Cam will have the Roadking flying. Christopher Ashley, you're right. I don't know what direction I'm going with the motor, so I'm not gonna leak the information. But maybe the Star Race Cam can, you know, will help, will do something for me. But I'm really not sure of what direction I'm going. I don't know. I don't think we're not going to build some giant monster motor. I know a lot of guys think that because it is a Roadking, but I'm probably going to surprise a lot of you guys with some of the things I do to this bike. So, you know, I'm going in order, trying to answer the questions. I'm glad you guys are joining me though. So you ask your questions now. It's gonna be a good one. How you gonna do that step? Yeah, step by step. What's good? Mike Anderson, what's up, my brother? Will I be at Bike Week in a few weeks? Yes, I will be in Biketoberfest, and I think I might bring the King up there. Nah, you know what? Let me let you guys in on the secret. Drum roll. I'm ready to wait for it. There's gonna be a lot of us going up there. I'm going to try and get as much footage on the ride up. You gotta imagine what this ride up is gonna look like, especially when everybody's bringing out, you know, their fast bikes. So it's kind of hard for me to say I'm even pull up on this. I know what everybody else is gonna do if that is all together, because I already have all my parts, guys. I haven't said that in the video, but all the parts are in on the road glide. So if everybody else is on the same schedule, I will be bringing the road glide up. I know a lot of guys want to see the road glide. We're going to do a video for real on that one. Might be able to shake a little something with the guys, and we're probably going to try and, you know, set up in a little spot where guys can come out and see, you know, the bikes. Now, the difference is it might be a burning turn for some people, and some people might be staying the weekend. So if you catch us, you know, we're all gonna try to get together, gonna try to stay together, so you guys can see what, you know, what I've been trying to post for you guys. But yeah, that's one thing. Fat tire kit. No on the fat tire kit, just because I like to try and turn these bikes. I want this bike to be nimble. So me going with a fat tire kit kind of takes away from the nimble side of the bike, you know, the reason for no fairing and, you know, a lighter weight bike. So I won't be putting a fat tire. I am going to be, you know, changing the wheels out. I just don't know what we're gonna do yet. I still don't know. I don't even know what handlebars I'm gonna put on this bike. I have not even ridden this bike. I haven't even put 1 mile on this bike since I had it. And I know that's hard to believe, but I have, you know, seen what the bike is made of, just a little bit. You know, it's a stock bike. We want to see how it moves and how much different. I want to see how much different it is from that bike with all the parts that it has versus just something stock that you're trying to ride it the same as that. Yeah, it's night and day here. Let me see. How do I like it? I'm gonna answer that in a second. I am going to put a windshield on it. That's a necessity, okay? Because I don't want to put this bike on the highway every now and then. And like Stokey said, you want to eat bugs, but I don't want to eat no bugs. So I'm going to put the windshield on. But everything is expensive, man. They knew what they were doing. That windshield that Harley has for this bike is like $500. That's only one piece. You know, that's $500. It doesn't even make the bike go any faster. But anyway. You have a question about your build, right? I have a question about my build. Ask the question, brother. Let me see if I can help you out. But I'm loving the Roadking. Christopher actually asked me if I'm liking the Roadking. No, I'm loving the Roadking. Every time I at least kick my leg over it and kind of bring it up and, you know, take it around the block, the difference and the weight is like ridiculous. The line of sight is just so much clearer. The road glide, I kind of have to look through the windshield and look over at the same time. It's just depending how I'm sitting. If I'm sitting up, I can see over, but if I'm trying to be comfortable and be on the backrest, I'm kind of looking through it. Because it is a bigger bike, it has nothing to do with how the bike is set up. It's just naturally going to be bigger, and that's just it. It is what it is. But no windshield, no fairing up front. I feel like I'm on the sport bike again. Listen to what I say when I say that. I feel like I'm on the sport bike again. That's going to come out later in later videos, what I'm talking about with that part. Where the BSTs? Pino said, where's the BSTs? They're right there. They're right there, sitting there, just hanging out, waiting to get mounted, but, I'm in no rush. I'm looking down, around, I'm answering questions. Let's see. Thank you. Somebody said nice bike. Thank you. When you guys, listen, I'll be honest again. I didn't know how you guys were going to take to this bike. I did a poll. You guys saw the poll. And people voted. It was very close between all three bikes. But at the end of the day, when I posted pictures, and I posted them on Instagram, more along the lines of which one now. Like, now that you see it, I heard what you said the first time, but now that you see them, you change your mind. And Roadglide the Roadking, the King, I gotta stop saying the road part. The King kind of just, pushed past everybody else and was like, big me type deal. That's how I kind of felt about it. I'm still looking at you. Because you guys are going, I know the questions are going to get deeper and deeper, and I gotta watch how I answer these questions. I don't want to give anything away. I don't have much, but I have something rattling around in this brain, and I don't want to give it away. So let's see. It must have moved that Roadking, bro. Okay, so Troy Chapman said it's not going to take much to make this Roadking move. He is absolutely right. Less power. It's already light. It's already lighter than all the other bagger bikes. You guys gotta understand this too. The King was pretty much the starter of the three, the Roadking, the Roadglide, and the Street Glide. The King is the one that kind of started it, and then people felt like they needed a fairing, so that's when they came with the other two. I just think that it's a perfect bike to have if you already have a bike. Now, this is a 22, but it's a used 22. Okay, now maybe somebody will understand this. I can guarantee this guy got rid of this bike or traded it in because it was too much wind on. It was not a comfortable ride for the type of riding he was trying to do. Now, I don't know this guy, I don't know who he is, they didn't tell me the story, but I'm just guessing. He didn't understand that he needed a fairing bike for what he's going to be doing. Now, if your friends all got fairing bikes, stick with a fairing bike. If they don't, if they all have Roadkings, then yeah, you guys are probably going to be able to take the same abuse from the wind, so you guys can, ride the same distance. But if I'm on the road glide and you're on the Roadking, I can ride all day, and you're going to be like, man, I'm tired of getting beat up. I'm tired of stuff popping me in the chest and stuff like that. So that's just what that is. That's the reason why I think that's the what's going to happen. Somebody just asked me, so full face or half, or since no windshield? Look, man, this is my favorite. This is the one I rock out. Real quick. Yeah. So it is full face. I got 2 of these. That's how much I like it. So for the Roadking, but even when I get on the road glide, I always wear my helmet, especially when I'm getting on the highway or something like that. I hope you guys can see that. Let's go back. One or two questions here. O'Brien said, welcome to the Roadking family. I appreciate you, sir. Was in traffic on 28 switch right and wouldn't start up until a couple minutes later. It never happened until I put external breathe on it. Don't know why. Was the bike hot? That's something you might have to, you might have to watch out for, but I can't tell you because I wasn't there with you. Usually the clutch starts feeling a little funny when those bikes get too hot. If it's starting to burn your legs, you know that bike is extremely hot, but it said after you put an external breather kit on it, I don't know why that would have anything to do with it. So Michael Dixon said, what kind of helmet is that? Now, my helmet is a Scorpion helmet. I've only seen it come from Italy. Do not get it. Do not get it. It's the same as the LS2. Harley sells the LS2, so if you go to the store, it's the same exact helmet. My opinion, Harley made a more sturdy version of the helmet that I have. I think this is a cheaper version of it. I just got it because it had different colors. But it is a Scorpion helmet. The air filter was extremely hot. Okay. Like I said, the LS2 from Harley is a better version of that helmet. Now, I'm saying it's from Harley because I always see it at the Harley store. Is it that brand? It could be. Some of them I see say Harley on the side, so I don't know if Harley, got it from one company and then branded it. So you can look at it that way. Big motors don't like heat. That's why we run a lot of oil coolers and different kind of coolers, even the love jugs on these bikes. The Roadglide has a oil cooler. I haven't put it out on the channel yet because I don't know how it compares to any other oil cooler, but it's much bigger than all the other oil coolers I've seen, and my bike runs perfect. It runs in the heat, runs like everybody else's bike all day long. Never have a issue with it, just getting too hot. But guys, I also run E85. Now, pay attention to this one because all of a sudden, people don't think E85 is as bad as they thought it was when I said it the first time. But, other people say they're running E85. Now, hey, I want E85. Why can't I get my credit? Every now and then, why can't George get his credit? That's all. But yeah, E85 really helps the bike out. Remember guys, do not pour it in the bike and think your bike is gonna run with E85. If you're thinking about it, you need to go somewhere, get the bike tuned, injectors, different things like that to make E85 work in your bike. It won't start. It won't run if you just dump straight E85 in it and it's not set up for it, if that makes sense. A lot of guys say, oh, E85 is hard to get so they don't run it. Fine. I rode Georgia's CVO. Remember that has a 130 kit in it. Nice horsepower, big horsepower in that bike, and I run on pump gas. We ride 93 pump gas. I rode it to Orlando, cruised the bike, came back, kind of got on it a little while, and no issues. Felt like it rode like a factory bike with just a lot more horsepower. So, what else we got? Troy Chapman. Hey, are you still on? Because if you still on, I got some things to say. Troy. Jerry said, nice addition. Thanks, brother. Hey, I love the bike. Haven't put 1 mile on the bike. Now, you cannot tell me you can say that about a street glide or road glide. I'm only saying that because you have to get used to those bikes. You have to ride them. You have to, figure your way out around the fairing. This makes me feel at home coming from a street bike. I am sitting in the spot where my street bike used to be. I love street bikes, but not like, Harley's taking over. Troy, please be on here. I got something to say. Troy, I got something to say. All right, he ain't on here. I don't think he's on here. But yeah, any questions about the Roadking? Any comments? Any recommendations? Go ahead, drop it right now, man. Drop it right now because you can put me in control. Jason Kilman said I can put me in control. So this is going to be a performance bagger. That's it. It's going to be a performance bagger. So all the things. All right, y'all forcing this. Everything I did to that bike over there, I will not do to this bike. This is going to be two completely different setups. If you guys didn't catch the build on the road glide, kind of go back and watch. I didn't put every nook and cranny piece on here because I was building a bike so fast I needed to get to events, get to races and things like that. So if you guys hadn't chimed in earlier when I said this, I'm gonna repeat it. So it went kind of fast, and also it's a grudge bike. I don't know if you guys know what grudge means, but sometimes if two guys want to go down a lonely road and see whose bike is faster, that's a grudge race. We don't talk about motor size, we don't talk about horsepower. We say, I want to run that bike because it's orange. I want to run that bike because this guy has on a white shirt. That's basically what it is. That's all it is, and that's what that bike is for. Now the bike is kind of like known to be fast, so, you know, yeah, I can still get some races, but, you know, a lot of races I won't be able to get with that bike. And it's all good. It's all good. Troy, can we talk? I see you on. I gotta figure out a way to not get sued or get a cease and desist letter. I can't say it the intro. I don't even want to say what bike you got. I don't even want to say it because everybody's gonna know who you are. Yeah, back to reading the comments. Vicman just watched the video with Stogie. Awesome. Appreciate it, brother. We really tried to make something that you guys would enjoy step by step, piece by piece. Get everybody out of the way. Get some one-on-one time with somebody. If you've never bought a bike before, if you've never owned a Harley, that's kind of how you want it. People don't understand. If you ask for something like that, you might be able to get it. And so imagine, I've never owned a King before. No more road. I've never owned a King before, so I want the inside scoop on a King. And I know Stogie has owned a King before, and he was already telling me, hey, a couple hours, you're gonna be ready to get off that bike, you know, riding the highways. So, you know, I wanted to get some one-on-one, and I wanted you guys to see exactly what I went through. Now, it might have looked like I've either asked them these questions already or it was staged. None of it's staged. None of it's staged. I knew which bikes. As soon as I came off the camera, I said, can we set these bikes up? Stuff like that. That's nothing. So everything I went in there to do was kind of original. I just wanted it to be done. I've been in there earlier to kind of like take a second and third look, and then we went forward with it from there. So Troy, hold on, guys. Hold on. All right, Michael Dixon. Yeah, that's a big sprocket, so I'm sure, you know, that bike, whatever. I don't care if that bike was stock, it's gonna move. Put the FXR fairing, Clockworks has it for the King. Eric Rosher, I don't want to mess up your name. But I am definitely taking a lot of you guys' comments and recommendations for this bike. Even if I don't like it the first time and I have to switch, I'm at least gonna try a lot of those things if I see it looks good. You know how I get. I feel like I can do a little bit more customization with this bike, and I'm gonna let you guys know that secret. A little more customization on this bike, more so than that bike because of all the color change. So we're really gonna put something together with that bike. Now, I get a lot of no's and watch outs and hey, be careful when you're doing this because of the color, but I don't care. I know what I'm doing, but I ain't taking advice. Let's see, Trash Turbo. I'll move on past that. So Troy told me to say something. Troy! I'm gonna say it. Troy, I'm gonna say it. Alright, so you guys might not know Troy Chapman Jr., but when I say which bike he owns, you will immediately know. He owns a silver CVO road glide called the Jackalope. Troy, can I say how I know this bike now, or no? I'll wait for you. Mr. That's Right. No more Stevie street bikes. I'm done with those, man. I really am. I kind of figured. The fun that I did have with them was a dangerous fun on another level. These bikes, yeah, all bikes are dangerous, but this one I at least enjoy the ride while I'm, tearing up the streets. So, yeah, I think this is my new street bike. I'm gonna come out with a video talking about a lot of this stuff, guys. I'll say again, I'm going to have about 3 videos before I do any modifications to this bike. At least 3. I got a lot that I can go over with a King. A lot of guys don't own Kings, and that's because they don't have a fairing. And all that is talked about is owning a road glide and a street glide. I understand it. I would not buy a King for the first bike because now I'm limiting myself on the things I can do to the bike, how far I can go to the bike. If you don't know a lot about customization, you don't want to own a Roadking. If you want music, it's hard to put on Roadking, and you got to be able to have people that know what they're doing. Anything else, I don't know yet about this bike. You can ask me any question you want right now, guys. I don't know yet. I don't know wheels. I don't know handlebars. I don't know colors. I don't know anything. I don't know motor. Nothing. I don't know yet. I'm gonna keep going through the comments. It's different. They don't want them on there. Yeah. So street bikes don't get the same respect. That's a big thing for me. Windshield, yes, jumping jack, absolutely. The Harley one will go on the bike. I think that's the only thing I know. It looks the best. But street bikes aren't as, they're not looked at in the same light. Listen, I tell you this: if you're speeding on a sport bike, you're getting a ticket. You're speeding on a Harley, they're gonna double in. All right, you might give them a ticket, you might not. You have more of a chance to get out of a ticket on a Harley than you do on a sport bike. Even if the sport bike is going the same speed, I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. So that's just, those little things like that have really leaned me towards the Harley game, and how much power they can actually make, how fast they can actually go. That kind of and it's something new. So why not just own the Road Glide, own yourself a King, make sure it's your second bike. A lot of guys don't do a lot of content on the Kings. I understand why. You gotta have a vision, and there's only so much you can do to an extent unless you are prepared to go that extra mile. I am prepared to go that extra mile. You guys know how I get. Like I said, that bike, that Road Glide over there, has pretty much proven to me how fast these bikes can actually get. But that one, it's still gonna get the content, but it's not going to live the race lifestyle. That is going to be more for, getting out cruising, every now and then. But if it comes to it, we will get down with that bike. This one is gonna be my street bike. This is gonna be my daily, my banger, the one that I'm gonna abuse. And that's the difference between the two. That bike will not let this bike sit in here if they knew where they were in competition. I'm pretty sure that one knocked this one over. Let's see. So, Michael Dixon, I did do a poll. Let's just make sure we're talking about the same thing. I did do a poll. The poll I did was out of the 3 bikes: CBO Road Glide, ST, and then the King. In the poll, everybody kind of it was close. But when I posted pictures of each bike on Instagram, so I know a lot of you guys might not have caught that. When I posted pictures, it was hands down. It was the King all day long. It was the King. I did another poll, King. So I kind of had no choice, and I already wanted the King. You can't have 2 bikes in competition. This bike is not going to be in the same class as that bike. The other 2 would have just had me there. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to come out a couple videos in detail. Why not, and the direction we might be going in. So somebody says, it's about time I got an adult bike. You are absolutely right. I'm not going to take anything from you, because let me tell you this. A sexy bike, okay? Don't take that out of context. But this is a sexy bike. Women say it's a sexy bike. So it's kind of got to be like sexy. Everybody won't own one, and for good reason. You have to have 2 bikes to own a King. Just my opinion. But once they're done, once these bikes are kind of you throw a few bucks at it, and I don't mean to sound like you gotta just blah, dump money, but you throw a few bucks at it, and the bike changes fast. It will change faster than a Road Glide. It will look better faster than a road glide. The more smaller things, and I'm giving you guys some game here, the more smaller things I do to this bike will be noticed more than it will be on the King. Let's see. Okay, so he just asked me about my seat. Am I going with the same seat? I'm going with the same company. I'm definitely using badboyzcyclez, and I'm gonna try and get them to create a different type of seat. Just maybe a one-off seat and see if it, goes anywhere. I'm not gonna tell you guys just yet. We're still trying to get in the prototype stage. So that's that. I'm still using George All-American-Cycles. That's without a doubt. He will be the one mainly touching this bike. I will try to do a few things on the bike, but I will not take the chance of having the bike stranded here because I messed something up. I stripped something, whatever, to then get the bike to him when I should have just took it to him in the first place. It is what it is. FX RT fairing. Maybe not so much of a fairing, guys. I still want the bike for what it is. I will put a windshield on there, and I think it's called a splitter from Harley, but I think that's as far as I'm gonna go with it. What is a strap on the front brake caliper or road glide? What's that for? Jerry Tucker, you asked what the strap is for. I'm not sure if you've been around race bikes, but they usually strap them to keep the front suspension compressed. Makes it a little harder for the wheel to come off the ground. You can strap the bike to get it lower, which in turn, like a car with big wheels in the back, it kind of drives it forward, kind of keeps the aerodynamics. But if the bike's got power, and it's gonna pull the tire. So, depending on the road, and I'm gonna break it down a little bit. Depending on the road that I'm on, I might strap it, I might not strap it. But depending on the weather, I might strap it, I might not strap it. Depending on how the tire is hooking on the road, I might strap it, I might not strap it, or I might strap it a little. Just all depends. It kind of all comes with tuning your bike on the road, if that makes any sense. So no, it's not to keep my motor in my bike. It's not to keep it from shaking. It's not to keep it from doing anything else, but trying to keep that front wheel on the ground. Sometimes it works, sometimes that bike don't care. That's why I call it bipolar. The fairing's too heavy. We're gonna do something to the engine. This bike will never be able to compete with that bike, but we will do something to the engine. A Woods 408. Well, at the same time, when you start talking about cams, you also have to but you also need to have in mind what motor size are you building and what kind of compression are you going to be pushing through the bike. What are you using that bike for before I throw a cam in there? And at this point, I don't know yet. I know what I want the bike for, but I don't know how fast I want this bike. I don't know how far I want to go with this engine. I might do a stage 2 and leave it alone. It's a light bike. Might not need much more than that. So, we'll still toss some things in the air. I'm not going to build this bike fast, guys. I think that I built that bike. This is going to be step by step. I'm going to try to get as much content on this bike as possible, but I still will be getting content on that bike as well. Guys, hold on for me for a second. Let me make sure I still got you guys in focus. Still got you guys looking good. Hold on. Yes, I'm on my bucket. Don't judge me. Okay. Sorry about all the shake, guys. So ask all the questions you can. I got about 15 minutes. Okay, so Cryptid Adventures of Florida asked if I'm going to change the front fender. If you know me, you better believe it. I will be doing, things to make this bike look performance. Now, will I go with a bigger wheel size? I don't know yet. Will I put a wrap fender on there? You can bet you about $1. This bike will have a wrapped fender. Company, I don't know yet. So I'm going to be looking around. I need somebody who has like, good paint skills to actually say, okay, yes, I want to use that company because this stuff is not cheap by far. The fender on my Road Glide, I still don't know the company. I bought it off of Facebook. The guy didn't know the company. He said he had a bunch of fenders and he just paints them. So that's how I got that. No woods, no star. I know you're gonna get Cycle Rama sauce. You know what? I might. I mean, that part is not my decision. The parts that are used, well, the brands, that's not really my decision. I got a builder for a reason. I'm going to him and letting him do what he does. Now, remember this, guys, and I see it happen on a lot, and people get mad at me for when I say this type of stuff, but it's true. Everybody wants to say whatever shop they're going to is a good shop and it's a great shop and they stand behind everything, and then the next thing you know, you got issues. Not to say that the shop is good or the shop is bad, it's just sometimes they don't use certain parts that they probably should use, so now you're in a situation. You go in there and you want to have so much opinions, sometimes that's not good at either because, this guy is building your motor, but you want XYZ, so he's trying to make you happy, and then things don't turn out the right way. So when guys try to research cams, you don't know what cam to use, unless you're doing a stage 2 with whatever. Sometimes certain cams don't work, sometimes certain cams do work. I'm going off of recipes that have been done and made power, or something that we want to try out and see what it does. I trust George with my bike. These are not cheap bikes. So if I give him the bike and I say, hey, let's figure out XYZ and let's try and get XYZ horsepower, I'm gonna let him do it. I'm not really sitting there trying to, peek over his shoulder and figure out what he's going to do until the end. Yeah, when he says, hey, come check it out, then that's where we go. Because I have that much trust in him. Man, listen, 1906 Phenom says, what am I going to do with my stock parts after I take them off? I keep them. I got parts all over the place, man. I do. My garage is almost like a junkyard. Y'all seen it before. I got sport bike parts. I got Harley parts. So I'm probably going to keep my parts. Every now and then I sell them if the person's local and they know me. I'll sell you the parts, but I don't think anything off this bike is going to probably be for sale because it's one color that nobody really has. Troy, let's talk about your bike, man. Let's talk about it. Where's your bike at, Troy? Never mind. Yeah, I'm sorry. Mine's okay. He says he has 4 cams in mind. Oh, 4 cam in mind. Woods 4-way has been the best so far. He said. Hey, I've heard a lot of good things about the Woods cam. I've heard a lot of good things about the Star Racing cam, and I've learned by experience the Cyclone cam. The 475 S&S is a great stage 2 cam for, to get that bike moving, a torque cam. Like I said, these bikes are heavy. They're probably 1,000 pounds once you sit on them. So, everybody has to figure out which direction they want to be in with. Am I bringing shirts to Bike Week? Chip, if I see you at Bike Week because you brought it up, you get a free shirt, my friend. You just tell me what size you need. If you're on Instagram, message me, and I'll make sure you get a shirt. I will be bringing some shirts. If it's a burn and turn day, gotta catch me while I'm there. I'll have a bunch of the shirt might be wrinkled, but I will definitely have you a shirt, sir. What else we got? That's for a twin cam setup. Okay. Hey, shout out to the guy with the twin cams. M8s are great motors, but that twin cam, that 103, always got miles. Doesn't make the biggest horsepower now that we've been introduced to the M8, but it did in its day. You can still get them to make some decent power, 140. But they weren't always known for being able to go cross country on them bikes, man. Get miles. I don't do that myself, but I applaud the guys who do. What else we got? Ask your questions. I got you. Sorry I'm looking down so much. I'm trying to read your comments. What else we got? What can I tell you that I'm going to do to the Roadking? Anything you see that's chrome or silver and all, it's not going to be there anymore. These, come on. That's not going to be there anymore. Let me see. Can you see right here? The reflector has been removed. These aren't going to be here. This isn't going to be here. So that's as far as I can tell you I'm going, guys. Like I said, I really don't know yet. Oh, this stock Harley seat that will never touch this skin, it won't be on there long, guys. I'm in the works. I got a spare seat that I really don't want to put on a bike, but push comes to shove when I bring the bike out, and it'll probably be this weekend. I've only put maybe not even 1 mile on this bike. I only rode around the block a couple of times because I just haven't had time to really bring it out and play with it. Haven't even washed the bike. I didn't even let Harley wash the bike because I wanted to wash it myself to get to know the bike. I want to see if there's a scratch, I want to know about it. I want to know everything that's on this bike. If I need to get it fixed, I'm getting it fixed. Now, I'm not one of those guys that's just so super anal about how the bike, if there's a scratch here, I'm not gonna, but certain things I won't take. I won't go for it. And I know some of you guys are the same way. So, yeah, that's where we're sitting at with this bike so far. It's not taking the place of my road glide. I'll repeat that. It's not taking the place of my road glide, but it's gonna be getting a lot of riding time. I will be trying to take a couple hours of a ride and actually see how I fare with not having a fairing, or fare with just having the windshield that Harley sells. So the bike is gonna be something serious. Matter of fact, guys, when I said this bike sits a little different, I really meant that. Now, we talked about in the video when I was at the dealership, how I sat on it and it felt a little bit different. Well, before, when I would sit on my bike, before I did any modifications, I was up on my not tiptoes, but the balls of my feet, or I would have to push my legs down to flat foot the bike. This one, I just get on my flat foot. I don't know why that is. I don't think this bike is any lower than that one. I mean, it is, but I don't think that, there's like a lowered suspension or anything like that on this bike. But, which bike week are you talking about, Daytona or PCB? I'm talking about Daytona. Yeah, Daytona, I'll be there for Biketoberfest. I hope that's the one you were talking about. Get ready. Yeah, hey, Troy, I might not, like I said, I probably won't take this bike to Daytona, but all the big steppers, and that's like, the guys with some muscle, will be riding their fast bikes. I can guarantee you it's going to be some horseplay out there. I might get into a little bit of something, but I don't know yet. What my boy Dewar said, 8-7 bagger coming right up. I better lose some weight and have some power for it. Hey, listen, man. I'm going to tell you this. This was a plan of mine. Each weekend, bring a different bike. You know how I do. I come up one weekend, I go back home, and then the next weekend I come back up on. Like every Friday, I'll be, there until Sunday. So, you guys, I know y'all gonna try, and I think we should put something together again, and we bring these bikes out and have some fun, man. Just have a little fun. I was watching that video the other day, but Anthony, you want to talk about what happened with that Fury Customs bike? I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. Hey, Troy said he's coming. Troy, tell him something, man, so I can elaborate a little bit. Troy is coming to Daytona, Biketoberfest, but he has to tell you the secret behind that. But like I said, if you know Troy, if you don't know, he has a bike called the Jackalope. It was named that at another shop, and yeah, it's a nice bike. It's a nice bike. I'm not starting no trouble. You never know who's watching. You never know. Anthony Do Works. Yeah, man, come on out. I'll see you in March, I'm sure. I'm sure you're coming down in March. We're gonna have a good time. We gotta hang out a little bit longer. We only got together for, a couple of times, but it was sporadic because he was doing one thing and I was kind of doing something else. But this time, I'm gonna probably go and do a lot more of the things that Daytona is known for. I'm going to go to the track this time, and especially if they have like the races. I want to go see the races. Something different. I've been on all the back streets and back roads of Daytona to kind of see where everybody's hanging out. I've seen the stunt guys on one side. I've seen, the guys with the sound systems on another side. And I'm gonna go probably stick my nose in everybody's business, but that's part of it, man. It's part of it. A lot of YouTubers are probably gonna be there. I might try and hook up with a few of them. Just all depending on schedules. A lot of those guys come the first weekend. So, I'm gonna be there both weekends, but I kind of get my content the first weekend. The second weekend, I'm kind of laid back. The other YouTubers come the second weekend, but I'm really not recording. But I'm gonna try and step my game up this time. Okay, so Anthony at Red Do Works Productions said he's coming. He's bringing some pounders too, man. I mean, hey, that's a good thing, man. I mean, good guy, good, cool people. So, we all gotta hook up and take some rides, man. And I know you did it last year, but I was more on I was on another scene last year doing some other stupid stuff. Yeah, so, once again, if you're just joining in, and I'm getting out of here in like 5 minutes. So I've been talking about the Roadking, okay? I can't call it the Roadking. I gotta call it the King. It's called the King. That's bipolar. This is the King. Most people who own a Roadking make up a name, but they don't say King in it. They don't call it a such and such King. The name of this bike is the King. That's it. The King. The King. All the things I'm gonna do to it, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know yet. I don't know what bars, I don't know headlight, wheel, fender, paint schemes. I know my seat. badboyzcyclez, one off, custom seat, yeah. I know who's doing my engine. Yeah. Allamericancycles, they're the only one allowed to touch this bike. So it's gonna be those, pretty much the same two, taking care of this bike, but parts wise and different things like that, I'm still learning. I don't know much about the Roadkings, but I am going to do my research. I'm gonna make sure I put good parts, the best of the best, and I'm also taking, recommendations from you guys. What you guys put out there, I'm gonna look at it, I'm gonna research it. Now, if I feel it's gonna fit the look of the bike, I'm probably gonna throw it on. If I can find who said it, I'm gonna shout you out. If I use your product, I might even send you a shirt. If you catch me in Daytona Biketoberfest, I will have shirts. I'm probably giving away. So anyways, but yeah, I don't know yet. Highway pigs, I don't know yet. All those different things, I don't know yet. Ooh, somebody just asked me a question and I gotta answer. Just give me a second, man. Sound system, I don't know yet. I hope I got everything I would. Handlebars, again, I don't know yet. I already said the basics I know. You take little things like this and do your own thing. That's free. So, got a video on that coming too. Which color do I like better? King or bipolar? If you want both of these bikes to be turned over in this garage while I'm asleep, minding my own business, that's the only way I answer this question. Because they're gonna fight. Listen, I will not pick one over the other. I like both of these bikes equally. One bike will not compete with the other. When I say that, that means parts-wise, money-wise, ride-wise, all that stuff. They're not competing, but they will have to stand up in the paint between the two of them against what else is out there. But I love the color on both. I really like this color. This color is a little different. One thing I can tell you about having a denim or a matte finish, this is a denim finish. Remember, this is called mineral green denim. If you scratch it, good luck with it, because you can't buff it out. Yeah, I feel the same way as soon as I said it. You get a scratch, you can't buff it out. They sell specific washes for this paint job. Yeah, sure, somebody might go out and just wash with anything. I'm not. I already bought mine. I'll show you guys in a little bit. I go to Chemical Guys. I don't know if you guys have one around your area or order online. Chemical Guys always has the best of the best with their products. So does badboyzcyclez. Chemical Guys, to me, has a sweet, strong smell to all their products, which attracts flies, mosquitoes, all kind of stuff to the bikes, just being honest. Badboyzcyclez does not have that and does cleaning just as well. So I gotta get with Badboyzcyclez and see if they can get something for matte finishes. I know a lot of guys got matte finishes out there, especially like the reds and different things like that. So that's how I'm looking at it. Yep, two totally different bikes. Listen, the paint job. Listen, this is matte. That has clear on it. Two different things. These are two different worlds, two different animals. The husband and wife right now. So I will not have these bikes compete with each other. They're gonna be used for two different reasons. I'm going to come out with videos for all of these things that I'm talking about, especially since I'm just doing this on live. I got 1 more minute and I gotta get out of here. But that's where we're sitting at with these bikes. King, bipolar, that's it, guys. I hope I got all your questions answered. I hope I could help you out if you're thinking about getting one. Don't worry, I got some videos coming. All right, guys. I don't want to see you till the next time in peace, because everybody seems to be stealing that now. Peace.